Stop worrying about homework and start learning with confidence. This is Ask Learn. Complete help for every subject. Like, share, subscribe for daily learning videos.
The question is, what is energy? What is work? And list some examples of each. So first of all, energy is defined as the capacity to do work or produce heat. And that can be found on page 15 and page 368. Some examples of energy include kinetic energy, which is the energy of motion. This can also be found on page 368. Another example would include potential energy, which is the energy due to position. This can also be found on page 368. There's also thermal energy, which is the energy associated with temperature. And all of these can be found on page 368. And the last example I have is chemical energy. And I'm just going to read this one off. I'll put some bullets here. It's a pretty long definition. So this is the energy associated with the relative positions, that's important, of the electrons and the nuclei in atoms and molecules. Okay. All right. And the second part of the question asks us, what is work? And to list some examples of that. So work is defined as force acting over a distance. Okay. It's also found on page 368. And some examples of that are pushing a box across the floor. When you push a box across the floor, you are doing work. You're providing the force and it's moving across the floor. It's moving over a distance. Another example is when a book falls off of a table. So the force there would be gravity. Some more examples, the distance would be the distance that it falls. Some more examples, let's see. Lifting a sock off of the floor. That's force over distance. That's doing work. Anytime you have a force acting over a distance, some more. So So far, these have all been examples of mechanical work. This is, I'm not sure if this has been introduced yet. So these are all examples of mechanical work. But there's another type of work, which we call PV work. So that's pressure volume work. So this is still work. So these are still examples. Another example would be if you inflated a balloon, or every time you pedal your bike down the street over distance. So these are some examples of pressure volume or PV work. Both of them are work, but they're just different types. One of these I know I found. Okay, page 15. You can find that one if you like some background reading. And that concludes question 2.